What's up, everybody? About to pull up to my last service call of the day. No AC call. It's my first time being at this property. Here's the house right here. Please be a package unit. Please be a package unit. It's a package unit. Thank God. Let me get this thing done. Let's go. Let's see what the filter looks like. Another filter. Sucking up pretty hard. Dirty up now. Alright. Alright, y'all. So I'm walking slowly because I've seen about like 4 lizards like scurry on through here, so I ain't trying to mess with none. I can already feel the heat just blazing off this thing, but they're saying that the unit doesn't seem to be keeping up. However, I'll show the Delta T's I just took. It's reading 23 degrees of Delta T up in there, but I think I'm gonna definitely take the top off this unit and look and see if that evap coil is dirty. I don't know. I'm gonna put my probes on too, just to see. But I mean, it's definitely discharging heat. So let's get our equipment hooked up and see what we got. Holy crap! Look at the pressures that I'm showing right now. 123, and it's only pulling in 100. So I got like a 20-degree split here. I'm about to go grab some coil cleaner. This is just one of those instances, I guess, where the coil may not look dirty, just at first glance, but it's impacted. And I can't remember if somebody commented that on one of the last videos or whatever, but this just might be one of those instances. Take this off. Impacted, that's for sure. I'm letting the hose accumulate pressure because it's running far and they don't really have the greatest amount, but I'm not going to use the blue because it's really not that bad. The Viper, I'm going to brush it off first, but I took all the screws off the top. I want to just quick, while I can, look at that evaporator coil and see how bad it may be, which really isn't that bad. All right, cool. So I wonder if they just ran a small return with this unit and that's why that filter was like snapping back the way that it was, or maybe it's kind of kinked or something underneath. I might poke my head up under there and see, but I just want to at first try and get them going, and I'll inspect the duct in a minute here. So I can put the screws on later and go ahead and start cleaning this coil. can't really see much of a difference there. Just gonna try and get some of this stuff cleaned up off the top as well. Make it look a little bit better than how I found it. This thing has been neglected for a minute. I don't know how tape got here. I really don't, because the sheet metal is way back there. Who put tape all the way up here? It's crazy. And on some of the other units, the bigger units will have another coil there. So don't always just assume that the coil is just right here. The bigger units will have one there. Matter of fact, I don't even know what tonnage this is. Oh, we got a 3-ton GPG 14. Yep, 3-ton. Can tell by the 36. It's already looking a little better. It's time for me to go ahead and rinse that coil cleaner off. Didn't do a heavy coat of it. Really didn't need to. Shoot, I still got some left up in here. I may just go ahead and spray it on there just to get it out of the coil gun, but it really wasn't. It didn't look that dirty. So hopefully this does something. All right. While the unit is running, it's just started up a second ago. Shoot, the output temperature is already starting to look better than 120 degrees, but still could be pressure related. I don't know. I'll get to that when I get to it. But how are you guys doing? All the other techs out there down here dealing with this southern heat. I just got out of an attic, man. The call before this one. For a no heat call. It was a house that was for sale, and they had the gas company come by and do some stupid stuff. And it's a bad gas valve. But that attic was probably 120 degrees. Man, I'm so glad I'm hydrated right now. Oh, that was terrible. It's cramped, no platform, nothing, man. These rental properties are terrible. But what's some of the worst situations y'all been in so far at the beginning of the summer? Because that probably had to be the dumbest and the worst so far for me. What is the purpose of checking the gas heat? I mean, I understand you're getting it inspected and everything, but golly. It is the summertime. Ain't nobody about to turn on the gas heat. The heck, man? What the heck? Almost 100 degrees outside, real feel. Got somebody up in a 120 degree attic to check the furnace. Boy, and the AC worked fine too. I turned the AC on in there and it was blowing about 19 degree delta T at the furthest vent in the house. I was like, why am I here? But I hope everybody's staying hydrated out here. It is rough. If y'all are new techs, man, whatever you got to do to try to stay cool and comfortable and composed up in these attics, do what you got to do, because these things are no joke come this time of year. This is what makes or break people. And just to finish off this little rant, because I mean, it's a very odd tangent I just had to go off on. But get out the light. This little neck garter, you wet it, wring it out a little bit. I mean, I stuck it in that freezer at that rental property before I got in the attic. It probably took maybe 5 minutes for it to really start like soaking the back of my neck and everything. But I stayed cool. I got that one at Home Depot. Milwaukee makes one. I don't know if theirs is as absorbent, but I know theirs is UV protected and everything like that. So all y'all new boys, or even, more senior dudes, do whatever you gotta do. Stay cool. Let's get back to this package unit. All right, so judging by that return inside the house that I just showed y'all, this is the return here. Now the opening inside is a 12-inch. Use my measuring tape to figure that one out. And let me just set this down here real quick. I know y'all can't see nothing. I'm just about to use my measuring tape to figure out how big this round opening is. And this is a 16 right here. So I wonder why they have, since the 12-inch opening, and granted, if you looked at that picture, it's like the 20 by 20 opening for the filter grill. They've got the 20 by 20 opening for the filter grill, which is, I believe is fine. I've seen a lot of 3 tons on 20 by 20s down here that work. But the issue then there is like that tiny little cutout opening is only, I think I measured 9.5 by 12. And the pipe inside looks to be 12. So that means even though this return opening here is 16-inch round, I'm still only getting 12, actually, whatever that 9 by 10-inch openings of CFM to the system. And that's where it's choking it down. Also, the whole like filter getting sucked in part, that was because that thing was backwards. That was my bad. I flipped the filter around. So I'm just going. I'm gonna go try to really get a better picture of the size of the round pipe in there. But when I put my measuring tape in there, just side to side, I was only getting 12 inches. So if that is the case, then that is our problem for this system. All right. So after a good long phone call with the boss, just talking to him about what we could do to fix this situation. I looked down in the return with my camera and saw that, like, not in the pipe, just in that little 9 by 12 opening that was cut out. It wouldn't matter if I cut back the wood far enough in there, because they've got it panned off right on the edges of that round pipe pretty much. So if I cut open the floor more than that area, I'm gonna be pulling in crawl space air. But we pretty much deduced, and it's not a 12-inch pipe in there, it's a 14. So from the 20 by 20 opening, it then chokes down to a 9 by 10 opening, or 9 by 12 opening, that then opens up to maybe a 14 by 14 or 14 by 16 inch hole, like square boxed in opening in the floor joists, that then goes to 14-inch round pipe that steps up to 16-inch square. It's got a 14 to 16 squared around, or reducer to a 16-inch squared around. So even though it's putting out good temperature, it's the real issue here is that small choked opening in the return. So we're going to bid out to widen that open as much as that space will allow us to, pan it off on the bottom with sheet metal, and put a 16-inch, god dang, what is in my mouth? Pause. A 16-inch pipe going into there. So then this should be straightforward, just fine after that. Also going to let them know the system is slightly undersized for the type of temperatures we get down here. Only a half ton. My boss says that this should be, that even though it's only a 3 ton right now, on days like today where it's 100 outside, these Tennants are going to be in the low 80s. Where if we put like a 3.5 ton, we'll probably get at least them in the higher 70s. So that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to let the Tennants know I've done all I can. But that we got, work orders and stuff to send back to, or estimates to send back to the property management for further stuff. But they're going, I got them going as best I can. I do believe that cleaning the condenser did some help, just didn't do a lot of help. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this a return issue? Even just looking at the pressures and everything, I really didn't think on a refrigerant level, something was wrong. Even just based off the superheat, I really didn't think much was wrong. I know for the temperature that it was inside the house, it seemed like I was pulling in less pressure than I should, or the suction pressure was lower than what it should have been. You know, I normally come across, you know, if the house is mid 80s, you know, your return air, whatever, is in the low to mid 80s. The systems that I've come across are normally operating around like 155, in the 150 range for PSI. You know, and this one was only running 140 something after I cleaned the coil. So I don't know. There's just been, oh great, something's blocking my view that way. I gotta wait now. But as I was saying, you know, I really think the return was the issue for that one. You can't have a big opening that then goes to a small opening that then goes to an even, you know, kind of correct, kind of not size opening. Because then at that point, the only real airflow you're getting is the air from that small choked opening. It wouldn't matter if you had an 18-inch round squared around coming off of the unit, and then, you know, a 20 by 30 opening at the return. If I still had that 9 by 12 opening, that's all the air the system is getting. That's just what I've learned in my, you know, 5 years in the trade. Somebody else could tell me different. I don't know. I feel like I'm right. I could be wrong. But I'm gonna get on to the shop, drop the truck off, and get on home. And I will catch you guys on the next one. I hope you guys had a great Monday, and I hope your week started off great. Catch you on the next one.